update you on all the running stories, and connect you to the newsmakers.
Citi
News.
It's midday. A very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Citi Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are live from our studios at number 11 Dr. Martin Loop in Adabraka, Accra. The news is also live on all affiliates across the 16 regions of the country. Western region, we are live on Beach FM 105.5 and Sky Power FM 93.5, both in Takrady. Bono region, J Life FM 95.5 in Sunyani. In Ashanti region, we are live on Focus FM 94.3 on KNUST campus in Kumasi and Orange FM 107.9 also in Kumasi. The news is also live around the world on citinewsroom.com. I'm Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Coming up, 14 individuals arrested in ongoing wasi for alleged exam malpractice.
The proprietor of Christian IPS Ukrantu, as well as one of its invigilators, have been arrested for creating a WhatsApp group on which they share snapshots of questions and solutions to the questions.
Meanwhile, in the Central Region, Kaswa of Akko District Magistrate Court sentences 3 persons found guilty of exam malpractice to 20 months imprisonment. Also coming up, currency analysts attribute recent cedi depreciation against the US dollar to high dollar demand in the forex market.
For August 2025 was 11.5%. It is a
Still ahead, in a bid to enable patients to verify authenticity of healthcare professionals, the Medical and Dental Council is working with the NHIA to introduce a practitioner name tag and stamp policy by 2026.
There are all kinds of doctor, but it can confuse people. These are not all of them are medical doctors, and it creates patient safety, health and safety issues, so that we will expect that in the care environment, we say Professor so and so medical doctor, Professor so and so nurse, Professor so and so dietitian.
And later, with barely 24 hours to the 2025 edition of the This is Ghana exhibition today, we hear from sponsors of the event who say this year's edition will deliver an unforgettable experience with unbeatable deals and a vibrant atmosphere.
As a Ghanaian company ourselves, we are excited to celebrate every time Ghanaian companies do well. So
we are also going to use the opportunity to scout for new companies.
All that and more on Citi Prime News, which is also live in the Volta region on Revival FM 99.3 in Tajewu, Northern region Radio Bimbala 91.9 in Bimbala, Upper West we are live on Tunsong FM 97.3 in Wa and Drapa FM 96.1 in Drapa.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for choosing us. Now, at least 14 people have been arrested so far in the ongoing West Africa Senior School Certificate examination across the country. Those arrested include teachers, students, and invigilators at Yeji Senior High School, Abot College in Asante Bekwai, Achima Kwaoma Presbyterian SHS, and other centers nationwide. Speaking at a press briefing, head of public affairs at WAEC, John Kapi, said the result of candidates from all affected schools will be scrutinized.
Noted with concern a number of cases of irregularity at examination centers across the country. Our monitoring teams have unearthed a series of irregular activities at a number of the examination centers. These include, but not limited to, the following. 1. 2 persons were arrested for impersonation at Ghana College Kaswa. They were arraigned before court and have been sentenced to 6 months imprisonment each, while their accomplice was sentenced to 8 months imprisonment. The proprietor of Christian IPS Ukrantu, as well as one of its invigilators, have been arrested for creating a WhatsApp group on which they share snapshots of questions and solutions to the questions. They have been handed over to the police for further investigations. Ebenezer Fenn was arrested at St. Vincent College, Abradunkwa, for impersonation. Hannah Lariba, a student of Yeji Senior High School, was arrested for impersonation at the Steps of Destiny Senior High School in Yeji. Mr. Kodua Desmond was arrested at Abbott College at Santipekwai. He was handed over to the police and subsequently arraigned before court. He had been remanded into police custody for 2 weeks. A physics teacher at Ahafuman SHS was found with a mobile phone on which he had snapshots of the physics practical questions which he had shared. Mr. Ernest Frimpong, an invigilator, was arrested at King James SHS for possession of a mobile phone on which was found snapshots of the questions and solutions to them.
John Kapi added that the council has also shut down the Adventist Day Senior High School Center in Kumasi and relocated the candidate to the WAEC regional office after multiple mobile phones were seized at the center.
Besides these specific cases of irregularity, we have also received reports of candidates having in their possession mobile phones, prepared notes, photocopied answers, obviously distributed by the invigilators. At Adventist SHS Bantama Kumasi, 64 phones were retrieved from the candidates during the elective mathematics paper. Candidates from that school have since been moved to the White Hall in Kumasi to continue with their examination. The council also has a list of schools that have been reported for their involvement in acts of irregularity. Slips of candidates from these schools will certainly be scrutinized. We condemn these acts of dishonesty on the part of both teachers and candidates, and urge all school heads to uphold the trust placed in them and ensure that their schools stay above reproach. In addition, we wish to state that the council will not hesitate to apply the full force of the law against any school authority undermining the credibility of the examination.
Meanwhile, WAEC is expected to release the result of the private basic education certificate examination later today.
From 20,395 participating schools entered for the examination, while 1,661 candidates comprising 858 males and 803 females registered for the BEC for private candidates. While the percentage increase in the number of candidates from the school candidates was 5.99%, that of the private candidates was 19.49%. The provisional results of the BEC for school candidates was released on August 23, 2025. Candidates who infringed on the rules governing the conduct of the examination were appropriately sanctioned following conclusion of investigations carried out and upon the advice of the relevant committee of the council. Results of the BEC for private candidates will be released by close of day today, 5th August 2025.
You heard Head of Public Affairs at the West African Examination Council, John Kapi. The Kaswa of Akko District Magistrate Court has sentenced 3 people found guilty of examination malpractice during the 2025 WASI. Samuel Amma, a teacher at Ghana College SHS, received 8 months imprisonment and a fine of 80 penalty units, while students Kwame Otin Nkansa and Amedeka James were sentenced each to 6 months in jail and fined the same amount. The convicts were caught engaging in various forms of malpractice at a Kaswa examination center. The chief executive for the Ewutu Senior East Municipality announced plans to improve seating arrangement and prevent future breaches.
Almost last year, a couple of days back. Now, during the first paper, in our incident, so we had to come in unannounced to come and look at what is happening. Some of the observations, the conjunction.
During the first paper, we received reports of some irregularities which prompted our unannounced visit for verification. One of the key observations was overcrowding in some classrooms. Now, to address this, we have made arrangements to reduce congestion in subsequent examinations. We also noted a lack of enthusiasm from some invigilators. Moving forward, we will ensure that such issues are addressed.
We have seen sitting arrangement Mbwa, and we have changed all that. So we expect going forward now, those things will not happen.
Said Sabasewono Banine's chief executive for Utu Senya East in the Central Region. On his part, the Utu Senya East Municipal Director of Education, Frank Etru Hayford, condemned the incident of malpractice and thus reiterated his commitment to ensuring better conduct of the exam.
Ours is to prevent future occurrence. That is why the MCE in his wisdom, with all of us, we are here. We have to make sure that the examination principle is followed, that those who need to pass should not fail, and those who shouldn't pass should not pass. That is the principle of examination. And over here, when we came here, we've seen so many lapses. And as MCE rightly said, no, we are putting corrective measures.
Frank Etru Hayford is Utu Senya East Municipal Education Director. The Medical and Dental Council of Ghana has identified quackery as a major challenge affecting medical practice in the country. The council reports that between 2024 and the third quarter of 2025, 4 people were arrested for unlicensed medical practice, while several others remain under investigation with prosecution pending. It also notes cases of forged qualifications submitted by individuals seeking clearance to practice in Ghana. Addressing the media, Registrar of the Medical and Dental Council, Dr. Divine Banyubala, said the incident cut across regions and professions, but assured that the council is working to address them.
Some of them are still under active investigation, but we have arrested 4 quacks and they are undergoing further investigations pending prosecution with the police. The second part is that we have also had practitioners present to us forged credentials. If you want to register with us, you have to submit evidence of your having attended a medical or dental training institution or physician assistantship training program, whether in this country or outside of it. And that is recognized by the host country, and then it meets specific benchmarks. We indicated that we have had 4 such cases of forgery of qualifications. In one case, there was a forgery of qualification from Ireland and Nigeria, and this related to the spouse of a diplomat. Just to indicate, without trying to create any anxiety, just to indicate that these things know no bounds, and therefore vigilance is the key. We trust, but we verify. At the Medical and Dental Council, we trust, but we verify. And then we had a fraudulent credential certificate presented to GTEC for assessment, but because of our collaborative work with GTEC, we were able to alert them that that document was not genuine and it was fraudulently procured.
Dr. Banyubala disclosed that the Medical and Dental Council is collaborating with the National Health Insurance Authority to introduce a practitioner name tag and stamp policy by 2026. The initiative aims to help patients verify the authenticity of healthcare professionals attending to them.
Detecting quackery is a very difficult. One of the things that we are doing and we are taking it up with the National Health Insurance Authority is to ensure a policy we call practitioner name tag and stamp policy, so that we expect that when you remain in the care environment, you should be professionally appropriately attached with your name, your picture ID, and your designation. Because even when you get into the healthcare space, there are all kinds of doctor, but it can confuse people. These are not all of them are medical doctors, and it creates patient safety, health and safety issues, so that we will expect that in the care environment, we say Professor so and so medical doctor, Professor so and so nurse, Professor so and so dietitian, Professor so and so, so that you are clear in your mind whom you are seeing. The second bit is, and this is something that the Health Insurance Authority is taking, and the great work that Senior Dr. Bampo is doing, is that the wishing to collaborate with us so that we have a self-inking unique stamp bearing the registration number and the credentials of a doctor who is in good standing on our register, so that you cannot receive a prescription or a laboratory investigation or imaging request without that unique serial number.
Dr. Divine Banyubola is the registrar of the Medical and Dental Council of Ghana. The Greater Accra Regional Hospital says breakdowns at 8 imaging units are disrupting critical health services. A private Israeli firm manages the unit under a 15-year contract, taking 80% of revenue, while the hospital receives just 20%. Despite this, the company has failed to service the equipment, forcing many patients, including stroke victims, to seek CT scans elsewhere. Director of Medical Services at the hospital, Dr. Leslie Adams Zachariah, says they are awaiting guidance from the Ghana Health Service on how to resolve the problem.
We see a lot of stroke patients, so many stroke patients who all need CT scans. Trauma cases, head injuries, they all need CT scans. And unfortunately, we are recruiting patients for private people to make money from. And even sometimes, when we want interventions, that our radiologists have the competence to provide interventions, because we don't have the equipment, we cannot offer the intervention. There were equipment breakdowns. The company repaired, and now cannot repair and has not replaced the equipment. And unfortunately, this is a contract that was signed for 15 years, and the revenue sharing was 80 to the company, 20 to the hospital.
Director of Medical Services at the Ridge Hospital, Dr. Leslie Adams Zachariah. You're still listening to the City Prime News on 97.3 Citi FM. I'm Hawa Idrisu Mustafa, still to come with barely 24 hours to the 2025 edition of the This is Ghana exhibition. Today, we hear from sponsors of the event who are promising an unforgettable experience.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Ghana's biggest marketplace is almost here. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is drawing closer. Come experience 2 unforgettable days of authentic made in Ghana products, services, and culture with electrifying performances from Kwampa Band and In Ching Ching Band. It's happening on Saturday the 6th of September and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. All of this is at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park and from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and Ghana Exim Bank, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technologies. Don't miss the biggest made in Ghana celebration, the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025.
Season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more, and the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
City Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You're welcome back. Now, currency analyst Nelson Kwagbeji is attributing the recent depreciation of the cedi to the US dollar to excess dollar demand in the forex market. Bloomberg has described the Ghana cedi as the worst performing currency in the world after depreciating by 13% in the third quarter of the year. In an interview with Citi News, finance chief at Maybank Capital also attributed the blame a dip in remittance inflows for the city's current woes.
Demand that is outweighing the supply. You realize that a few weeks ago, Bank of Ghana moderately reduced their intervention within the market. And so at that point in time, the demand far outweighs supply. And don't forget that we are currently getting closer to Christmas, and people need dollars to import, towards Christmas, and that is actually pushing a lot of pressure on the dollar. And so basically, that is what is accounting for the marginal depreciation of the cedi. Now that the dollar is so low, people are not really interested in remitting, back home. You realize that for some time now, remittances have contributed significantly towards our reserve. But as a result of the appreciation of the cedi, most people, especially Ghanaians in the diaspora, are not remitting back home, and that is also creating some shortfall in terms of the reserve that we are building. And that may also, explain the reason why the cedi is actually depreciating.
Nelson Kwakbeji is currency analyst and head of finance at Maybank Capital. Tertiary institutions are urging regulatory agencies to simplify procedures to enable young entrepreneurs to enter the agribusiness sector. At the University of Ghana in Kabom Southern Belt Stakeholder Dialogue on Agri-Food Regulation and Youth Enterprises in Accra, speakers noted that bureaucratic hurdles discourage many youth-led agribusiness startups. Former Dean of the University of Ghana Business School, Professor Justice Bawale, stressed the need for streamlined processes that will make the sector more attractive to young people.
Unfortunately, a lot of our people, including young people who are charged or encouraged in the universities to set up something and do something so they can get, do not understand right from the beginning that they need to engage with stakeholders or regulatory agencies in this process of doing business. So they get a shock of their lives when, for example, the person has 200 cities, 1,000, and they start doing it, and then they are told that, hey, you have to register to do this. Hey, you have to meet this standard. Hey, you have to meet that standard. It becomes a whole lot of things. And if you interview several of them, you will see that they didn't get to do beyond the startup idea because they met some challenge with stakeholder agencies. So the entrepreneurship pillar decided that one of the first things we would do whilst we are engaging young people to brainstorm on what they could do as their business ideas is to engage with the regulatory agencies first and to let the regulatory agencies know what it is that young people have to say.
Professor Justice Bawale is a former dean of the University of Ghana Business School. Residents of Awutu Breko, the capital of the Awutu Senior District, are reeling under an acute water shortage following the destruction of supply lines caused by ongoing road construction works. The situation has taken a heavy toll on both domestic and commercial users. Citi News' Central Regional Correspondent Akwesi Ado has more in this report.
A potential outbreak of water-related diseases looms large, as many residents who cannot afford sachet or bottled water are now relying on unsafe dugouts for drinking and other household needs. For months, not a single drop of water has flowed through taps in Breku. The crisis began when supply lines were damaged during the redesign and expansion of the Kaswa-Winneba stretch of the N1 highway by contractor Fremont Constructions Limited. Frustrated residents say the situation has hit them hard.
We are having our festival within this week. It's very sad that we don't have access to pipe water, which, during festival, people come from near and afar. And imagine there's no water around. So it has been very difficult, especially within this festive season. Ever since they started working on the main road, the water situation is getting worse.
Livelihoods have also been affected. A local cocoa seller told Channel 1 News she has been forced to suspend her business because of the water shortage, though the Awutu Senior Municipal Assembly has attempted to ease the situation with water tankers. Residents describe the intervention as woefully inadequate. Member of Parliament for Utu Senior West, Gisela Agbotuitete, speaking to Channel 1 News, called on Ghana Water Limited to urgently intervene by working hand in hand with the contractor to restore the damaged pipelines. She also lamented the worsening pollution of the Ayensu River by illegal mining activities, which has further deepened the water crisis.
Us, from Budibram all the way, everybody's water pipes have been either cut into or otherwise. And when we tried to restore them, we found out that they were actually in pretty bad shape. So they're going to have to lay new ones. But that will come with the progress of the road, unfortunately. So for a temporary measure, we've had to do a few boreholes, and also we've had to supply tanker water services to the community, which we'll continue to do. Once we get potable water for them, we have to do that. But this is not how, road construction sometimes has a lot of other inconveniences that if the contractors don't do the proper planning for it.
Meanwhile, Ghana Water Limited, in an official statement, attributed the shortage to technical challenges linked to deterioration of the raw water source at the Kwanyaku Water Treatment Plant. Communities currently affected include Swedro, Bodriase, Abodom, Obrachre, Ekwamkrom, Ejumako, Buduburam, Kasua, Senyabreku, Dabenin, Apam, Penanko, and Nsabana.
For several months, not even a single drop of water has run through this pipe, sending residents here into a very difficult situation. I am Akwesi Ado, Awutubreku, Central Region.
And here in the studios, I'm Hawa Idris now with less than 24 hours to Ghana's biggest showcase of homegrown creativity. That This is Ghana exhibition. Sponsors are promising an unforgettable experience featuring unbeatable deals and a vibrant atmosphere. Organized by Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, the exhibition takes place on Saturday, September 6 and Sunday, September 7 at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra. Citi News' Nashika Caesar has more.
This weekend, Accra will buzz with activity as Channel 1 Television and Citi FM's This is Ghana exhibition takes over the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. The event, known as the country's largest platform for showcasing locally made products, services and innovations, will offer 2 full days of shopping, networking, culture and cuisine. Visitors can expect exclusive discounts, flash deals and limited time shopping offers available only at the exhibition. Some of these year's sponsors have been sharing what patrons can look forward to at this highly anticipated event.
We're really excited about the This is Ghana event, as always we are. We are interested in seeing all the wonderful Ghanaian producers, manufacturers, and as a Ghanaian company ourselves, we are excited to celebrate every time Ghanaian companies do well. So that's why we are participating in this.
So we have agreed to be a partner of This is Ghana exhibition for the single purpose that we want to use it also to educate the Ghanaian public a lot more about the necessity to export made in Ghana products and what it will take for any SME to do this. And we are also going to use the opportunity to scout for new companies, scout for new products. Beautiful. Because we cannot pretend that we are familiar with all the production of Ghanaian products going on in Ghana. And so that platform brings a lot more companies on board to explore.
For GEPA, participating in this event, one of the core objectives is to identify businesses who are export ready. And for those who are not export ready, we are here to help you. We are here to coach you and give you the needed advice so that you can also prepare your product.
The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 Television and Citi FM with support from MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, the Ghana Enterprises Agency, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and Ghana Exim Bank. Twelum Industrial Company Limited and Built Financial Technologies are also on board for this year's edition.
Citi News' Nashika Caesar for that report. We'll see you tomorrow and Sunday at the A4 Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra. And thank you so much for joining us here on the Citi Point News. My name is Hawa Idris Mustafa. Thank you for your company.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302-224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.